This shit is bad.
Okay, we're live. Let's see if people can hear us.
Alrighty.
Okay, we're live. Let's see if people can hear us. Yep. Yep.
Mhm. All right, I'll go ahead and share. You're on mute in case you don't know. So, I don't know if she knows that she's on mute or if she's
Yep,
having.
I was muted. I had to go mute all my background stuff. But yeah,
Okay.
we're here. We're live. We live.
Okay. Let me grab my water.
Okay. So Nyla's grabbing her water. Let me get these videos together because we have to review. We have to review. And then we have to ask the question, are Black women really looking dumb right now? So we're going to review these readings and we're going to see, were we accurate or not? So we're going to wait for Nyla to come back and then we're going to get into it. And let me put a banner up. Let me put a banner up.
All right, so I'm ready.
Okay.
I
Nyla,
got my water. I've got
okay,
my.
because I'm gonna put your cash up too.
You don't have to, darling, but if you want to, that's fine.
Yes, I shall. I shall put your cash up as well.
Such a lady.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me do that right now.
Okay.
Let's see.
Shout out to the Vibers and to the, what are we calling your people?
Yes, 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 yes. Here we are the coterie. And a coterie is a small community of
Oh,
people who believe in some of the same things. All right.
coterie. How
Yes, a
darling.
coterie.
How darling.
Yes, it's a French word, but yes, I rather like that word, coterie.
We.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. But in all fairness, everyone, like I said,
We promise we're not high or drunk.
no, I'm not high. Not high at all. I may be a little hungry because I really haven't eaten yet. Things have been going a little cray today. But a little cray today, but I'm working through it. I gotta reschedule some stuff. And yeah, and then like my sister-in-law called me. They're having their first baby together, her and her husband. They're their first child together. They don't have any other children. They were like childhood sweethearts. I'm just so happy for her, and her husband's not Dusty. He I'm happy. I'm happy for it. So I'm here to see it. Um,
Marvelous.
so yeah. So let me save that and then let me show the banner. Okay, so I put your cash up there too. Hopefully I can put that one. That's the one I found. So
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine. That's fine.
All right. So yeah, let me bring up my video. So the first thing we're gonna review, because again, we're seeing so many things happening in the space, right? And we were kind of talking about it last night. It's weird right now. It's weird. So we're gonna be here on my channel and we're gonna go down to this particular video, the one that Nyla and I were reading on. And we're just gonna go through it play by play, and we're gonna see, are we, what's happening? What's happening?
Yes, we are.
So yeah, hopefully everyone will be able to hear it. Let's see. Okay, so let's get into it. And then this video was May. This was May 2013. I mean 2023. There, y'all can tell I'm hungry. I'm eating my snacks right here. But yeah, May 31st this year. Okay.
Mhm.
So, because Black women are out here saying they don't want this, they don't want that. They don't, they don't want this, they don't want that, they don't want the third. And then, Taz has his arguments about certain things, which I agree with, which some of that was addressed in this reading. So in this reading, Nylah and I were reading on energies, reading on things. And again, we're gonna see, we're going to see what's gonna be happening. Okay. If we are right, because I think we were
Mhm.
on some things. And
Yeah,
I
we
have
were
and
on
I have to kind
several
of,
things.
yes. And I was looking through this video last week and noticed, I wrote some timestamps down about certain things that that we've been hitting on. So let's get started.
Mhm.
Get into it. Okay.
All right. If you guys haven't already, please take the time to like the video. And if you are in a position, share the video. I hope everybody's doing good. Send us some positive vibes, some energy. I'm really interested because I have not revisited this. I have not revisited these readings since we've done them, and I'm really interested to see how how spot on we were.
Yeah, we really were with some things. I was looking at it, child. Yeah. So yeah, we were with some things. So yeah, let's get into it. And the first minute mark I think we all should kind of pay attention to is around the 15-minute mark. 15 minutes, between 15 minutes and 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, because this is kind of what we're seeing in the space right now. So
Mhm.
yeah, so yeah. And no, this is not about we're not answering questions, we're reviewing. So uh,
Yes.
so let's some of this is I don't know, it's strange, and why people like to support and fight, literally will fight you over people who are proven to harm you and don't want you. Meanwhile, you out there fighting for them, and they standing back there watching. They're not even. So we don't see. We don't see. Let me pull this up a little bit. And of course, I'm wearing one of my favorite girl boo shirts. All right, now mods, don't let nobody come up in here acting crazy, talking about tarot is evil.
Yeah,
I'm off with their head, so
slander will be tolerated.
no, it won't, because I didn't ask for such a gift to be placed upon me. So I ain't asked for it. Let me see. See, Lord, I'm not scared, but
No tarot slander.
no tarot slander. Let me see. So, like, what? Why? Why? Okay, so I'm just looking at this. Okay, so I have the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Wands, Prince of Wands here in reverse. I have the Two of Cups, I have the Six of Cups, I have the Six of Pentacles. These sixes are interesting right here. Okay, so ladies, this ain't gonna get you no family. It's not. It's not. It's not gonna get you a family. Doing all this ain't gonna get you no family, and it's not gonna get you no money either, because y'all, and I'm saying y'all loosely, it's not gonna get you no family. It's not going to get you any money. It's funny how I'm saying cups and pentacles here. Now, I think some have just turned away from penis, but at the same time, I'm still seeing the male worship here. Okay. Some have turned away from penis. And then we still have the male worshippers. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that?
Well, personally, I do believe that they have turned away from, some of them have turned away. I don't believe the vast majority, but some of them have. Some of them wasn't getting any in the first place. And then there are some that have turned away from penis, but not maleness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Oh yeah. No, I fully agree. And again, like I said, when I was reviewing this, I was just like, okay. And I think that is where, we see all the foolishness of, with the bonobos, right? So
Mm-hmm.
telling them to turn away from just maleness, just overall. So turning away from penis, right? And then you have the ones that still want it. So, yep, yep. So yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. I'm seeing the male worship here, and I don't know if you all remember, um, the other day when we were reading on Miss Jackson, how this card kept coming up. The maleness, the male worship kept coming up. So I'm going to read it the same way here. Um, I think that the lure of, I don't want to say pick meism, but the lure of love, family, and money. And I don't know how that translates into it, but it's almost like, and these are things on the feminine side of energetics, right? Because when we're looking at the tarot, cups and pentacles energetically more aligned with feminine energies, but at the same time, the energetics, just looking at these cards at the same time, these aren't the things that are going to get you the success that you think it's going to be, right? It's just not. And so many of, yeah, so like this family card here, I'm gonna try to make sure people can see this family here, right? And it's funny because looking at this right here, this Six of Pentacles, in this particular version, there's the giving and the taking away. We don't really know what's going on here. This person could be pulling the grains, the rice from the bowl. They could be pouring it in. We don't know which way this is going to flip, but I think there's the hope that in doing this, you're going to be blessed in some way. And I don't see anything that's saying like super success in doing this, like the mammy. There's no success in it. We already know that a lot of them mammy because they want this quote unquote partnership, right? It's not working. They're thinking they're going to get this family, and they're hoping to be poured into, right? They're hoping to be poured into. But again, looking at this man right here, he's not presenting you nothing. He's not presenting you with anything. And that's because you're giving out. You're not in your state to receive because you're out here in your male energetics fighting for them. All right, I'm stopping right there. So, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I just look. We could have did this today,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We did this today, and I mean, we still see it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
even with the bonobos and getting quote unquote the cults to turn away from divinity, which is male and
Mm-hmm.
female coming together, they're still out here doing it in male energetic energy and still hoping that this is going to get them what they want.
Yep, they are.
So
They are. Sadly mistaken, delusional, literally.
mhm, sadly mistaken and delusional, right? So yeah, they're still not going to receive, no matter what it is, no matter what they're doing. Okay, so I'm going to move forward a little bit because I'm going to let your what your reading was come up, and then we're going to move forward a little bit because I really want to hit these timestamps that I saw the other day. So let me move this forward a little bit.
Right.
Fighting for other people. Yeah. Okay. And like I said, I think it's interesting that there are some women who are like, okay, they're fine with not getting the penis, but at the same time, they're thinking that all of this giving is going to bring this person or whatever it is they hope. It's almost like if they feel as if this is the type of work that they have to do to get the joys in life, right? When we see so many people trying to do things, hoping that it's going to make them better and their life better, but that's not really the case, if that makes sense, right? And just touching in on that, right? Thinking that jumping from one thing to another is going to bring them joy in life. It's not. It's not. It's not. We've seen how things have transitioned from don't be with a dusty to choose better to white men to this, that, and the third, standards, boundaries, expectations. Now they went over to forget all men, let's just be bonobos and lesbians. All these different jumping through all these different hoops, it's still not going to get you what you want, especially when your energetics are all wrong. So, right, kind of like in that movie Constantine, where he was just trying to do all this removal of evil in way into the into heaven. That's not necessarily how that works. That's not necessarily the receiving that you're going to get from it. Not necessarily the receiving that you're going to get from it. And again, in rejecting the penis for some, because there are still some who out there, I think they're also feeling that, well, maybe their actions are going to stop the actions of those who want to harm them. And that's not going to work either. That's not going to work either. And this is just preliminary. We're going to get more. We're going to get more into it. So too long didn't read. Thinking and hoping that what you're doing, fighting for people who harm you, fighting for people, protecting people who don't want you, thinking that's going to some way bless you and bless your life. And that's not energetically, that's not what's going to happen. So yeah. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Nyla?
Um, I mean, I think this is definitely what we've been seeing. Because like with especially like with the cups card, where
Mhm.
they're looking for something to be filled up, and one of them, I think you said you didn't know if they were trying to be poured into or pour something into. I just felt
Mhm.
that moment that it kind of represented where you know how like they're doing all of this mammy, they're doing
Mhm.
all of this showcasing or putting out. I was just talking to someone about this earlier today. Do you feel like you see Black women, and I actually might talk about this when we're done. I feel like
Mhm.
Black women are putting out a resume of sorts everywhere
Yes.
over social media to attract people to them or qualify them. Kind of like you see all these videos. Oh, I'm natural. Oh, I'm a boss. Oh, I know how to cook. Oh, I cook. I keep a good clean house. I'm this. I'm that. I don't wear
Mhm.
makeup. I'm educated. I'm traditional. You know what I mean? I don't see any other group of women that are out there doing so much work for some sort of validation from men. And I don't even know if they're going to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely. What are your thoughts on what you said, Nyla?
Well, again, it it it's again, this could have been done today.
Yeah.
I still feel the same way. I still see the same things going on. It's all there.
Yeah. 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 It's yeah. Yeah. Um. Let's continue and see where are we at. Where are we at? Okay, 21:53. I agree. And I think that's where I was going when I was mentioning the
Hmm.
movie Constantine. And I don't
Yeah.
know who all has seen the movie Constantine, but it's Keanu Reeves pretty much um, sending all of these demons back to hell in hopes that he can buy his way into heaven because he unalived himself, right? So doing all this work, hoping that he's going to buy himself a way into heaven. And so that's why I referenced that movie because it's just like you said, Nyla, with the I do this, I do that. I do. I mean, I've even seen videos and stuff so much as
I'm
um,
it. you
they don't
know.
like you because your poom poom stink. Like it's just like really like, is this what we're doing?
Hmm. And
Yeah, we feel like an auction. Yeah, it's
about it
crazy.
is, the thing is also with that whole situation, I don't even think that I know they're doing it for the men too, but I also feel like it's mostly to other women. I
Yeah,
really feel like women are to each other. Like we're taught to be so competitive. And if you really think about it, it's really sad because the common everyday Black woman is under the same level of scrutiny as a celebrity, as a model. You know what I mean? Like we know that all groups of women, they pick women apart and say you're not feminine enough, you're too fat, you're too skinny, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But not a culture surrounding that. And typically, the women of other races that get picked apart, they're celebrities, they're models. Our common everyday, I'm just going to Target to buy a bottle of bleach
Right.
woman is scrutinized like so heavily. It's weird.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. And that's why I'm just like, and I don't know if it's just patriarchy or whatever, whatever, but I just need for women just overall to understand and wake up that overall as a group we've been bamboozled to think that we have to compete,
Hmm.
right? But it's especially bad when um when it comes to us. Your thoughts, Nyla?
Well, we're still doing that. We're
Yeah.
still seeing women kind of switch roles with men as it relates to picking apart a woman. Um, Women doing the best to make another woman feel uncomfortable, uneasy, shame. All of the same tactics that men played for many years that women complained about, women have mastered. Perhaps because they've experienced it so much, they've learned to identify with their quote unquote oppressor.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And we're at the 24-minute 11-second mark. I wrote down another timestamp, and it was around 27 minutes 20 seconds, right? And around that part, we were kind of discussing about, the bussy was a big word, the X, Y's, and
Oh
dresses.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
we're about to go to that part. We're about to go to
Okay.
that part and see, were we right? Were we right? So let me move forward that way.
They're looking for validation for themselves. Can you see that?
Okay, let's get to what Nyla was.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. And that's why I'm just like, and I
Can I tell you what I got?
go ahead, girl. Yeah.
Just
Let's get
thinking
into it.
about
I'm
this,
here.
I wasn't. It's just. I just. So okay, I got four really quickly that just popped out. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got. Let me. I don't know if y'all could see them. So can you see that?
Vaguely. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
bring it in. So, okay, yeah.
Reverse.
Okay.
Um, and for me, that is representing some sort of misstep in judgment,
Mm-hmm.
um, bad judgment, lack of concern, lack of care, and all this kind of stuff. And then the next card is the official person, right? And we know who the official person is, and we know what it's represented by. And then I got imprisonment in
Mm-hmm.
reverse, right? You got
Mm-hmm.
imprisonment. Okay, so they're looking, I think, for some sort of validation to be locked into something, but I don't think that they're going to get it. And so it's called this despair.
Mm-hmm. I
Mm,
agree.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like women are in a cycle that is unhealthy. They're not using proper judgment. They're looking for validation for themselves. They're looking for um, someone to validate them when they really need to be validating themselves.
Yeah.
Ooh, child, a whole word, a whole word, a whole word. Okay. Um, and we kind of talked about that last night, because I
Yeah.
know you were saying, like, you with the way that people are seduced into cults and things like that. And I'm just like, something is going on. Something is going on mentally because this type of behavior, something is going on. Something is going on. So
Hmm.
yeah, your thoughts on your pool, Nyla.
Yeah, I mean, I again, dead spot on because we see what's happening. We see the worship of the official person. We see women, in a desperate, and in desperate act, not using proper judgment and doing things that, you know, are not necessarily for them. Not operating with a lot of discernment, carelessness, and just literally, on the hamster wheel, you know. And the validation part. This is I literally have been saying this for the last week. Stop. It's the whole thing that I've been talking about the pimp frequency versus the whole frequency. Okay, you are being validated by someone who is on a pimp frequency because that person's validation is false. They're giving you the false narrative of the false feeling that they can validate you or they're doing something for you outside of yourself, that you not only are doing yourself but you can do yourself, and you've always had the capabilities of doing it. So it literally sounds like what I've been saying for the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's just yeah, and again, last night on your stream, I was just like, so what are we going to do? What's the solution? Because if there are going to be women, and we're talking about black women right now, if there are going to be black women out here making these terrible decisions, there are children at risk, depending on what ideology or what they've been seduced into, you know, and then, for us who are able to see past things, a lot of us are getting left with we have to make our image better. We have to fix things. So yeah, I mean, this is Whoo, child. Okay, let me keep playing because we're getting into the good part.
Or not only that, they're just willing to compromise too much to the point where they're putting themselves under bondage and causing their own depression, causing their own, you know what I mean? It's just, it's, what is wrong with us?
Yeah, no, I fully agree. And I think that when you said looking for something that fulfillment, I think that kind of goes back to that Six of Pentacles card that I was showing, you know, as in we don't know if that was taking away, if that person was putting the rice into the bowl, letting it slide through their fingers, or taking away, right? Pulling from. And it's this weird dynamic. And you know, the hope for those who are mamming and whatnot is hoping to be filled. But in many cases, it's energetically pulling. It's energetically pulling.
Exactly.
It's energetically pulling. Now, what I want to know, and I'm going to ask it, is why, Spirit, why are there so many Black women taking up for the men that want to replace them?
And I have to stop that right there, right? I have to stop that right there because, you know, and I get it, you know, people have their certain platforms, people follow whoever they follow. But I mean, me, it's lack of integrity and lack of concern for yourself if you are a Black woman out here following and supporting the men in dresses who want to replace you, supporting them, supporting their platforms, because a lot of times they may say that they're a woman all they want, but we know the brain. Okay, we know the brain, we know the wiring, right? So this is where we're about to get into this right here. And again, like I said, people can watch whatever they want to watch, support whoever they want to support, but on a spiritual level, I think we need to check ourselves against what it is that we say we want and then what we're actually doing, right? Because I see so many people saying they don't like this, or oh my God, I can't believe this person says this, but then you turn right around and go back to their channel, or you turn around and support them, or you're supporting them instead of supporting, you know, whoever the Black woman is that they're attacking, you know. So I just want us to think about that. You have anything to add before I click play again, Nylah?
No, you can go ahead. I can't add anything to that.
Okay, well, let me click play.
For transgender men, transgender women who want to replace them. And I've asked it. It's out there because, as we can see, there are many who harm. Is not all. Let me just say that it's not all. But we see the uprisings from many white women on Twitter. And just like you say, Nyla, when you go and you look through those tweets, when I look.
And I just have to stop this right there. Okay. I've said this before. I have sent Nylah the Twitter posts. When I see those women on Twitter going ham against the XYs in dresses, they're out here doing this, they're out here doing that. All the accounts that I see, I'm sorry, they're white women, right? And I think Taz kind of touched on this earlier with his premiere. You know, we're seeing all these things going on. And then some of the BS that some of us engage in, at least from what we see across social media, right? Of course, there are Black women fighting for what's right in reality, but Taz has touched on it. I've said it. I've sent stuff to Nylah, seeing these things. We have to really check our brains, right? And make sure that we're out here working on and fighting for the right things. Okay, because again, every time I see it, it's a bunch of, and I'm just speaking in terms of Twitter, I see it's a bunch of white women. And then we're out here as a collective supporting these men in dresses because you like their content when they're literally trying to replace you and they're out here, so let's continue.
And 1 second, I just find it really odd that women like the characteristics that they possess themselves when it's given to them from a man out. Because see, we don't mind a flamboyant man usurping feminine energy and trying to replicate it. We don't mind him being confident in his quote unquote femininity. We don't mind him being boisterous about it. We don't mind him owning his sexuality. We don't mind him owning his pseudo womanhood, but women have an issue with that same sort of confidence and self-awareness when it comes in form of another woman. So in the future, I would like you to read on why is it that women don't like women, but they like womanhood given to them from a man.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to schedule that one for next week when Babe is at work because we're gonna have to get into that.
You know what I'm saying though? You know how like we love them, being cocky, being confident and puffing their chest out and walking the way they walk, talking, doing what they do. But if I walk in with that same level of who you think you are? And they don't even recognize that's also male worship. It's interesting.
It's male worship. It's mammying, right? And that was the entire purpose, like, of this live. Like, you saw the title of it, like, are Black women out here looking dumb? Are Black women out here looking dumb? Because there's a bunch of saying one thing and doing something else, right? But yeah, I'm gonna have to schedule that for next week. But yeah, let's continue. I fully agree with you, Nylah.
Yeah, girl.
Who are rising up. So let's look at that. Let's see. So let's, because I need to try to understand it. And no one is asking for harm of people, but I just need to understand why. And we're going to see. We're just going to see. Okay. Give me a second just to look at this. Okay, so let me go over what I have here. And we're just looking at this. I'm trying to make sure people can see. Okay, so this right here, this Four of Wands is telling me that for many, they're taking up this fight because stability and not rocking the boat, calm seas are something that we as humans want. And this is a way to hopefully, it's kind of like if no one messes with anyone, or if we can stop, it's almost like when you see teachers like breaking up the fight. And we don't know why the fight is happening, but the teachers come in and break up the fight. But then the teacher gets hit too, right? The teacher wants that stability, whether or not they like the students or, they want that stability. They want that peace. They want that stability, right? I'm really focusing on the word stability, right? But sometimes a lot of them get caught up in it. And that's one of the things that I'm seeing here. And I think that's the focus for many. Now, the problem is that you see this man right here, this fool. These women are on a journey. It's not going to end up well. It's not going to end up well. Notice this fool. You see what he twittering on? He's twirling. This is a whirling dervish, right? All it takes is one misstep, one false step, and then you're going to be in the land of defending yourself forever. But unfortunately, this is already here. This is already here. And coming from that, wanting that stability, unfortunately, the path has already been set. And now you got some of them, including the rest of us. Now the rest of us are out here like, wait a minute, hold up. Now, and it also comes from a place of, I don't want to say choosing wrong, but there are so many different things that we can fight for. But each one of these things has a pro and a con. Now, normally when you're looking at this Seven of Cups, when you see the Seven of Cups, it's all these choices, right? All these choices, and you see cup here, all these choices, right? And normally when you're looking at like the RWS version of the card, you'll see like, it could be like a snake, it could be like a house, it could be like a whatever. Those are representations of planetary energetics, like Saturn, like Sun, like Venus. The choices that you make energetically, especially when you're doing something, they are bound to the energetics of that choice. And I know it just sounds like I just made that up, but for example, when you are choosing, let's say, a relationship, you're kind of tied to what all can come out of that. Pregnancy, a marriage, someone cheating on you, right? The energetics of that realm, right? So choosing, we all here choose your battles. This is a battle that many have chosen because they think it's going to bring this peace, this stability. Once again, and also hoping that, I think a lot of people now are also jumping on this, especially Black women, because we see how many companies have jumped on the quote unquote bandwagon of let's protect, such and such, because there's money in it. So I find that interesting. But when we say choose wisely is a real thing. Choose your battles really, really is a real thing, because just because you chose something and put your energetics behind it, don't mean that you bet on the winning horse. Because again, now there are so many of us out here like, what the fuck are you doing? Now the rest of us are out here like, this is the shit that y'all chose, but we have to clean it up. All right. What are your thoughts on that? So, just for everyone watching, the question was, why are a lot of Black women out here defending the ex-wives and dresses who want to replace you? And Too Long didn't read, many Black women don't want to rock the boat. And they think that they're doing something good, right? But not understanding that there will be repercussions for the choice that you have made to support this, right? Because energetically, it's all a mess. Mm-hmm. And, not understanding that, like I was saying last night, people are out here making these decisions, and then the rest of us have to come and clean things up. So your thoughts on that, Nylah?
No, I mean, I agree. It's crazy how this is like literally falling lock stitch in step with everything that we said. Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's continue. We clean it up. But yeah, a lot are doing this thinking that they're going to bring stability to things. And I want you all to notice something. If you are looking at these cards, that's a woman, and this is a woman bowing down to a man in hopes of keeping peace. So yeah, make no mistake about it. Defending an XY in a dress, okay, who's stealing your energy, stealing your essence, stealing your frequency as a woman, and many are freely giving it away. I thought we were fighting against things. You can't be fighting against things and then doing this foolishness, which is just like I said in the video, is still bowing down to a man. So you have to, and that's why I was saying, like, you have to understand the energetics of things. Okay, the energetics of things. So we're just gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna clean up right there. Nylah?
Girl, you are yeah. You definitely tapped in. And I guess I'm following you somewhere, or source is here. Okay. I asked the same question, same exact question. And I started meditating on it as you were asking, right? First card that came out. Can you see this? It's let's see. It's disappearing because of my green screen. I'm gonna have to take it off. Mature man in reverse, right? Next card that comes out, house. Right? Lovers.
Okay.
Right? Concern. Pathway in reverse. Okay. What I got from this is the women are not acting in their feminine, obviously, right? If you're going over to support the literal disenfranchisement of other women, right? You're out of your feminine, right? They are seeking cooperation. They're seeking relationship. They're seeking validation again. Back to your earlier reading and back to, what you're talking about now. And they are in fear of falling out of favor with any man, right? Afraid and to the point where they are fear going at it alone. They don't want to be alone. They don't know that they can move on and they can move without men, without seeking validation, without anyone else's approval. They want male validation no matter what the cost is, even if it's going to lead to their detriment, even if it leads to them being in the wrong place at the wrong time. No matter what path they're going, they're following. They're going to follow men. It's literal patriarchy. Yeah. They're still going to follow these men.
Yeah, I agree. And I like Nylah. Would you like to comment on your
I mean, I really don't know what to say because, honestly, we could have been talking about what we have been witnessing when did we do this? In May?
This was May. Yeah, you can see it. I don't know if you all can see it. May 31st, 2023.
Okay, so what we could have actually done was say, well, what do you think about what's going on in the space? And we could have, this could have been the conversation.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, like I said, this child, and again, we're reviewing these things because we, at least I can only speak for me. I have to ask the question, like, are Black women really out here looking dumb? Because just from what we see, like from the space, or whatever. Because some of this is too much. This is too. It's too much for me. And I like how you touched on the being afraid of being alone. When you hear content creators say they'll rather deal with a Nazi, or now they're out here, they're bonobos, and Dusty Brad is better than such and such. Like, why are y'all so afraid to be alone?
Girl,
be alone. It is okay. It is okay. But child, yeah. This is crazy. This is crazy. So I'm gonna move forward ahead to around the 50-minute mark so we can kind of get through this video and then move to the next one, because around the 55-minute mark, We were talking about refusing to see the harm that will come from doing certain things. So let me kind of just back it up a little bit right here, hopefully right here. And let's see what the question is. Okay.
And protect women. But the title of the article was just like Republicans vote such and such, such and such. And this is why you have to read, you have to truly read articles, and you can't just go by the title of the article. A lot of times they're misleading, just like other women, because, and it was really, really sad to see when I saw that. It was really, really sad to see. So, ooh, okay. Okay, let me see. Give me a second to just look at this. Let me try and pull things over so you all can see. I keep forgetting. Let me turn my laptop this way a little bit. Okay, because I need to be able to see. Okay. I want you all to see. Okay. And y'all just saw me, y'all just saw me flip these cards over. I think the first thing that's really concerning, once again, woman doing this, and I keep putting my hand over my face because I'm just like, why sometimes I'm muffled when I'm speaking, because I'm literally doing like the oh my God emoji. Like, really? Doing this because this is what they want. This is what they think they're getting. This is what I think they're getting. Now, looking at these cards, I think, baby, I don't know who told you that sacrificing yourself was the way forward. It's not. It's not. I mean, El Boogie, like, honestly, I don't think that El Boogie. El Boogie says, and I respect your point of view, El Boogie, but I don't think that's natural. I don't think that's natural. And here's why I don't think it's natural, because there are some things in the animal world, right? Like when you see like,
okay, let me just move
or try to mate or things like that, but that's very, very rare in nature. That comes with that, right?
Let me just back up a little bit, because every time I see that that King of Cups from that deck, I know it's
such and such signs off for a car for such and such, or and sacrificing yourself for this ain't the way to go, right? And then there's the refusing to see the jerk, the detriment that comes with that, right? The detriment that comes with that. And I'm trying to figure out how I can explain the energetics as best as I can. It's like refusing to see that this person can and will turn against you, right? You turn your back on other women, refusing to see that this person can and will turn against you. And again, when we're looking at this type of nature right here, is the type of nature that's going to do anything, right? It's not necessarily soothing, but once again, doing it for this, sacrificing yourself But here's the thing about it. You don't have to do this. And when I say you don't have to do this, I say that your feet are just about on the ground. Your hands are not bound. You're not like tied to a chair where you can't get out of it. You don't have to do this. I mean, there's really nothing too much keeping you from walking away. This is you doing it because you think there's some benefit to it. And the benefit that you think you're going to get is this. But you don't have to do this. Look at this. This isn't a person in fear. This isn't a person, crying. This person is truly full, whole, and present and understanding what they're doing. But they don't have to. It's literally a choice.
So, and I just want to say, like, because the question was, why, when it comes to quote unquote the bussy, right? And still flocking and supporting, these ex-wives, right? And we just saw like the cards came up, like, and we see it out here, women turning their back on other women in support of this foolishness. It's still going back to, as much as they want to say that it's not about men and they're decentering men and whatnot, we see what decentering men means when they're talking about men every day. Still wanting maleness, but will turn their back on other women, right, for it. And then I don't know if you all heard, not understanding that male nature is male nature, no matter if it's an XY in a dress or a bussy, because he is male. He has a male brain. And when you've all seen people where, you support them, and as soon as you don't do what they want, they turn on you. And I think that, the way my brain hurts right now reviewing this. Do you have any thoughts on that, Nylah, before we get to your part?
Look, girl. No, I don't. I mean, I can't add anything to this. It's like I'm just sitting here, just like, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, And Taz has said it before, and people are just like, well, again, women are out here. You support whoever you want to support. You watch whatever you want to watch, but you can't be out here saying you want A, but you're supporting B. Which one is it? What do you want? Okay. What do you want? And again, going back to, is there some type of mental problem or something? Because it doesn't make sense. You can't say you don't want this, you don't want bussy, you don't want this, and oh my God, and look at what's happening. But you're turning around and supporting it. Like, Taz has a valid point, and I feel him with that. So, So yeah, let's see what your cards came up with
that they're making. So, what are your thoughts, Nylah?
I'm right here with you. Look, I asked the same question, of course. First card came out was judication in reverse, right? I feel like these women are under counsel that is backwards. That is meaning they're listening to other women. They're listening to bad advice, be it even coming from within or whatever. Exactly, right? They're listening to something that they have no business looking for. It's literally retrograded thinking, right? Why are they doing it? The sudden wealth card. They believe that there's a benefit in it. They believe that they can benefit from the maltreatment of other women. They're using other women to come up and to step over each other, thinking that they're going to, get some sort of prize or some sort of weird validation, the Naker snacks or whatever. unexpected income was right next to that. So we write on it. It's all about validation and gaining something. They're doing this to gain, to win, right? So what's the next card that comes after that? Distance horizons, right? I don't know if you guys can see it good, but it's the ship that's in the air and there's an anchor pulling it back, right? So for me, energetically, this is representing all that they want, where they want to go, their hopes and dreams positively, right? But that anchor is there. You're not going anywhere. You're only going to be able to get so far with that mentality, with that I'm going to step over other people, I'm going to use other people and all that kind of stuff, right? So then what happens next? The thief card is right next to it though. Okay. The thief card to the left of it is very significant. I mean, the distant horizon card being really close to it. What does that mean? Okay. That everything that you meant to steal from that other woman to gain for yourself, you stole it from yourself. It was also taken away from yourself. Yeah. You know what?
And boom, there. If I had a mic, I'm punching the air right now. Like, listen.
Girl, I'm for real sitting here like, wow. But I remember when we were doing this, and I remember, you know, like how like when like there are different energies that you feel when you're reading, and like even like especially intuitive reading, right? And I know I'm not the expert at all, but there was something, as you know, the old folks will say, deep down in my shondo, that was like, look here, this is what it is.
And let me just say, I know you did a video. It was either last week or the week before. It was a real quick video. You know, the is it Timmy? Is that his name? Timmy.
Yes.
Timmy out here telling women, go ahead and just give up all your cookies, you know, real quick early on, you know, in the relationship or just meeting this person, whoever it is. And just like you just said with your cards, bad advice. Bad advice. Why are you even listening to them anyway? You cannot give like men don't be giving no woman no advice. You are not a woman. You don't know what it's like to be a woman. You can pretend all you want. You don't know what it's like to be a woman. But yeah, so out here listening to bad advice. Right. Listening to Timmy, to me, ain't no different than listening to Kitten Heels. To me.
Pretty
I don't want
much.
to hear none of it. Or the manosphere. I don't want to hear none of it. I don't want to hear any of it. But again, you know, like I said, women, we have to do better with saying we want something and then turning around and doing something else, because you can say something, but the energetics of your actions is what you're truly telling the universe. You can't be out here windmilling and fighting all this such and such, and then you still supporting stuff. You still supporting certain things. Which one is it going to be? So I'm just gonna be yelling power of attorney just throughout the whole live stream, because the logic ain't logic.
Girl, it ain't.
The logic ain't logicking. So I think that was just a couple more minutes of it. I think maybe like another minute or two, and then we're gonna switch to another video because I think I have one more thing there.
But Taz.
Shout out to Taz. Yeah, no, I fully agree with that. And I kind of want to focus back in on this here, because through these few questions, we've continued to see, you know, the presentation of children, the presentation of potential partnership, the presentation of potential family as a gift, as a reward, as a gain for doing this. But, and again, seeing that we don't necessarily have to do that. They don't necessarily have to do that, right? Because again, like I said, this person right here is not, can walk away at any time. They're not engulfed in the flames. They're not bound where they can't see anything. This person can literally probably wiggle just a little bit and get out of that, right? And like I said, it's so crazy to me, but they're not understanding that, and it's so funny. This is the ugly side of it, and it's so funny because it's the ugly side of it from two different dynamics. I want you all to understand this. This is the emotional side. This is the action side. We literally have the polar opposites here. We have the emotion, we have the action, we have the fire, and we have the water here. The don't trust this, right? Being emotionally played, don't trust this. Being talked into, being led into doing these things, but again, it's for other people's benefit. So, like I said, I want you all to notice like the dynamics that are here as well. And especially, I think a lot of times the problem comes with being energetically entwined with this person.
Yeah.
Does this really look like someone you want to?
No.
I mean, this right here, just give them a bang, and that's exactly what it is. Give them a bang and some clip-ins, and that's what this is, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
And by the way, those cards that I pulled, that spread on the bottom of the deck, because sometimes I am led to look at that. It was the Lovers in Reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy how we're pulling the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I don't view myself as a reader per se, but recognizing that asking the same questions and getting the same answers is confirmation for me.
Yeah. I just, like I said, this whole
you want to add anything to that, Nylah?
Girl, all I can say is look, spirit was spiriting, we were in sync. And now, to be honest, I'm kind of fearful because I'm pretty sure that you've done some subsequent reads as well. And I don't mind trusting my intuition and having it represent like this, but like because there's a burden when you know what's to come.
Yeah,
There's a
and that's
burden.
what I was saying last night. Like, okay, so what's going to happen? Because if there are that many people or that many women, because we're talking about Black women right now, if there are that many doing this, making bad decisions, can't be alone, doing everything for some penis or mamming or whatever, won't self-improve, won't take time to heal, won't do this, that, and the third, just doing anything for a bad. Houston, we have a problem. Because going forward, what is that going to mean? And I know some people say like it's just the internet or whatnot, but I'm starting to see conversations like I go to Reddit. I read a lot of stuff on Reddit because I like to see what's going on in the world. And Reddit is another internet microcosm, but the people on Reddit are very much so what I'll say is what I'm seeing on Reddit from both sides, it's the same thing I'm seeing here on YouTube, and the Reddit community is not just the Black people sector. Okay, when I'm seeing young men, 19 years old, saying women ain't shit because of this, that, and the third, or when I'm seeing all these things that we've talked about over the past year and a half spreading out to the greater population. Even Taz did something the other day about the manosphere stuff. What was it, like in Kenya or the other African country? I can't remember what it was. This is a problem. This is a problem. This is a problem. It's something is wrong, right? So, what do you think about that?
No, it totally is. And it can only can you imagine where this is headed?
Yes, I can. It's getting very weird, and I'm to the point now where What I've been thinking about lately, like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Over the past like couple weeks, I'm gonna say one word that has been popping into my head. Just looking into some of everything that's going on. Gilead. Gilead has been popping into my head like, okay, what's going on?
That's
Because
crazy how in sync we are, Q. It
because
really is. It's
and
that order out of chaos situation.
yeah. Because when you have one saying this, and we already know that you have like I said, I see it on Reddit. They're 19 and 20 talking about, man, F these women and we can't get no dates. And, we laugh and kiki at incels or whatever. But when there are young people who are going to be the next ones to come up behind us, this is a problem. This is a problem. It's not the divinity of who we are as male and female in our relationships with each other, not sexual, but just men being men, women. This is a problem. This is a problem. And again, talking about the astrology of things, is this Pluto energy is coming to shake things up. We don't know what revolution is going to look like. We don't know what structures are going to be like in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Okay. So we have to be serious about things and really think about things, right? Because a lot of things are playing out in a larger society. So yeah, I'm going to stop sharing this window and I'm going to bring up the other, no, I'm just going to bring up the other video and we're going to get into that. But while I do that, do you have any thoughts, Nylah?
No, ma'am. Let's proceed.
Okay. All right. So we're on my own channel. In my other tab, let me go down to find. Okay. So the next one is the live stream from, it's this one, the state of Black women's empowerment. And as you can see, I put sad revelations. This video was January of 2023. So we're almost a year. Okay. So we're going to get into this a little bit and we're just haven't learned even, we're going to see. We're going to try and see if we can get some answers about the state of BWE and where it's possibly headed. Yeah, so that was my thought process with this. I am going to shuffle and then I'm going to just start laying it all out. Let me adjust the brightness on my laptop because I cannot see a darned thing. Okay, so before I get started, I'm going to let me say hello to everyone. Okay, I said, and again, the video that you just saw of Nylah and I reading, that was May of this year. This video right here that we're looking at now is just me by myself pulling. That was the January 2023 read on BWE. So, and this video is 2 hours long, so we're not going to stay fully in this video, but we're going to listen to some of it and see, like, are we accurate with our reads, given the state of things now. So, hello to Donna. I said hello to and where it's headed, okay? Hey, Kevin, how are you? Starry-eyed? What is the state of BWE, Black women's empowerment? So that's the question we're going to jump this off with because I do not plan on being here long tonight. Maybe an hour, hour and 20 because I don't feel well. I just took some meds, so. All right, Spirit, what is the current state of BWE? Show us, Spirit. Okay. The current state of BWE. And I'm using my Legacy of the Divine Tarot deck because it's very balanced and it's a tried and true deck for me. Okay, so before we get into it, I'm going to pause this really quick. And Nylah, I don't know if you're looking at the chat or not. TMKC just, and I don't know if you meant to ask a question or anything like that, because like I'm not live right now. We're just looking at this old video. But something that we see so much, is talking about abandonment and abuse from childhood and trauma and things like that. And again, I have to go back to, I think, my stance and Lilith's stance from last night. We get that people go through things. We get that people, such and such. But I'm seriously just trying to figure out what is the difference between, do some people just have like better genetics or something? Because I am someone that went through a lot growing up. Things I didn't want to, things I didn't ask for, including SA as a 9-year-old girl, right? By a family member, and dealing with certain things, I was a child. I didn't control my environment, dealing with certain things, seeing certain things or whatever. And yet all of that stuff was trauma. It happened to me, but I didn't let that be, quote unquote, the crutch. Not saying that you don't deal with things, not saying that you don't work through things, but what we're seeing a lot now is, and I'm not talking about you, TMKC, I'm just talking about the overall conversation, is that for some reason we just can't move past trauma as humans. We can't move past trauma. We can't do better, because trauma is the thing that's holding all of us down forever, forever, forever. And that's why people are out here doing dumb shit and being degenerates. And that's why I'm just like, so do we need some type of evaluation, some type of testing to see, who's gonna make it, who's not gonna make it? Because yeah, it's Nylah says she went to the kitchen to check her food. That's right, check your food, girl. But yeah, there has to come a point where, again, there has to be some level of accountability. When you're a child, that's one thing. But you can choose to, even if you see that you have issues with choosing or doing better, or you have issues with impulses or anxiety or whatever. I know we're in the stage of, we're getting rid of the stigma of mental health issues and things like that, but we have to choose ourselves and do better for ourselves as well. So again, I'm just like, I'm yell it again, but power of attorney for people who just refuse to try and do better, or try and, I just mm-mm, yeah. And I have a family member like that. She was always, oh, well, this, oh, I grew up without this, oh, I can't do this, oh, such and such, such and such. And I'm just like, when you're ready to change, because you have to be careful of that type of energy, because they'll try and bring you down into that with them, right? You can't sit there and trauma bond and all like that. And we're seeing the same thing with the bonobos and everything like that. They're trauma bonding and still not trying to do better. They're trying to do it from this trauma bond. But if you're old enough to make this decision to do this and engage in this and choose this, you can do something else too. Again, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I do not have a degree in psychology. I'm starting to study it. But with certain things, I just feel like there has to be a line in the sand, because if this is the case, then going forward as a society, we're doomed. We're doomed. So, but eventually, this person finally, around the age of 35, okay, 35, started to do better. Around the age of 35, because I wasn't gonna do the pity party with them. I wasn't gonna do the pity party with them. I wasn't gonna do it. So now they're doing better. Okay. So yeah. We're gonna start out with these. So let me push this back just a little bit more. So this is what I have here. Push it back just a little bit more. Okay. So shout out to my Grogu shirt from Cancun that Mr. Hoodoo got for me a couple years ago. Okay, let's see. Shout out to my Grogu shirt.
Okay, so I'm going to try to put these up. Four of Swords. King of Swords came in reverse. Four of Wands came in reverse. So right off the rip, I'm seeing we have these fours here. So we're past the creation period and moving forward in time with that. So right now, BWE is kind of in, it's a standstill, almost a transitionatory phase. It's not really resting. It's resting, but the logic behind it isn't where it needs to be, and it's turning unstable, right? Because if this was upright, there would be the stability, right? This came out in the reverse. So let me see. I want to see what this means right here. Yeah, this instability, and there are actions behind it that are bringing it to that point of instability. Let's see a little bit more. What does this mean, Spirit? I gotta see what this means too. Yeah, it was in a place of logic. It was pretty logical, but like I said, this came in the reverse, so the logic is no longer there with BWE. The logical thought process is thinking things through clearly is no longer there. And it's almost like it's getting to the point that whatever logic is, whatever the reverse of logic is, that's where BWE is going. Because normally someone who's on their game mentally, who knows what they're doing mentally.
Are you laughing, Nylah? Are you back? Are you laughing?
Girl, I was trying to do my Taz laugh because, baby.
I was thinking about that too. I was just like, did I just say that it used to be based on logic and now it's not logical anymore? Did I just say that?
You did.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Go ahead, Nylah.
I'm just saying. I mean, we have. I mean, we can take the Sandra Bland situation. You know, we've removed all logic. We are like it is all about personality worship. And like this backward ass thinking that these people have going on. I mean, it literally is the opposite of logic. Men like what did she tell Bonobo Taylor that day? If you want some kids, you just get a man, fuck him, and get your kids and go on about your like logic is gone.
Yeah,
You know.
geez. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, to be honest, like, and this was January this year, you all. It's not even a year yet, but this was January 11th when I did this live stream. So the logic just ain't logicking no more. The logic isn't logicking, and
It's a transitionatory phase.
it's sad. It's sad because once again, power of attorney.
Yeah. Let us know who your POA is.
Power of attorney. Let us know who the person is to make logical and the best decisions for you is, because the logic ain't logicking no more. Hey TMKC, you said that's your birthday. Yeah, the logic ain't logicking anymore. And this is sad. This is sad. Like I said, this was January this year. So girl, let's continue.
But like I said, this came in the reverse. So that mental shift is there from logic to being illogical. So, and I think we can kind of see that. So, Tequila, y'all, let me tell y'all something real quick. Tequila is so beautiful. Every time I see her picture on Instagram, I'm just like,
You are so beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Okay. So this is the Six of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Wands, and that's to clarify this Four of Swords, Page of Cups in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Well, and let me see. Nylah, my favorite person. I'm just looking at the chat real quick. Okay. So, yeah. We're BWE right now. The roads do not lead to success. The roads do not lead to go forward, collect $200. And when you're seeing the when you're seeing the Six of Wands, excuse me, the Six of Wands is usually success, 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 because that is Jupiter in Leo. This card is in reverse. The state that BWN is now is, you definitely don't want to be in line with it, because there's no more success there. There's no more. You don't want to be aligned with this. And we got this Queen of Wands right here, right? And in this particular deck, this Queen of Wands is one that is, I don't want to say she's sneaky, but she's very manipulative. So you have a state of instability. The goodness has come to a standstill. Illogical thought processes. Unsuccess, being unsuccessful. And you have energy that has become manipulative and conniving. And I think one of the things that we have to remember about a Queen of Wands, like most of the times people don't think about women as being, you have to watch out for women. Not like when you're looking at like a king or a knight, right? The queen cards are normally thought of as being passive. This one right here, this is that energy of manipulation, and she's gonna take the actions to manipulate and twist things around to what she wants them to be. And this is the energy, right? So there are women in the realm of BWE that are manipulating and twisting things. So like I said, look at her face. Does she look like you want to tangle with her? No. She is with the business, and unfortunately that's what we're getting, right? So it's no longer coming from a place of love. And there are people here and they're out to get their coins. I mean, you hate to see it, the monopolizing, the monetary drive behind things. And I get it, times are hard for some people, but the movement is becoming where my coins, where my coins. So remember, we talked about this instability right here. Yeah. It's really turned away from its true purpose, what it began to be. And yep, more of that illogical, dumb energy here. And Nylah?
Look, again, like, girl, I mean, all I can say is that the reader called it.
Yeah, this is yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The logic is not logicking. Okay. Shout out to human service animals and power of attorney, right? people out here doing whatever they can do to get their coins, right? Just saying some of anything. The space is not what it was supposed to be. You know, it's no longer coming from a place of love. You know, just it's not coming from a place of love and respect and empowerment and doing better for women.
Hey,
So
Q, do
yeah.
me one favor. Check the back chat for me.
Okay, yeah. Let me check that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Are you?
Okay.
Hold on one second, everyone.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to have to drop down for a little while. I just wanted to tell you guys, thank you guys so much. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Q. And I'm going to be listening, though, because it's still freaking me out how accurate this is. I will see you guys later.
Later, boo.
Bye-bye, mamas.
Okay, so yeah, I find this very interesting. And we're not
I
going to stay
kind of
on here
feel
too
like
much
this
longer
trio
anyway.
here.
We're gonna stay not going to stay on here too much longer anyway because I need to take care of some other things myself. But yeah, the way this is turning out, I mean, just looking at the past reading we were going over, as well as this one, you know, yeah, go on and support your girl Q. Go on, send a cash app. Go on and subscribe to this channel. Go on and get a reading or whatever with me because the woo woo is hidden. So let's continue.
Is the trio to watch out for, because we have this instability here. It's being turned away from what the purpose was. And we have night, right? Nights are usually some of the more energetic of the suits when it comes to the court cards. And they're usually headed straight on, like they just have this path, this what they must do is this. Whatever's here in the night, the realm of the night, is what they must do. They have one job to do, and they're gonna do it. And this Knight of Swords, which we're talking about thought processes, logic, plans, thinking things through, this here in a reverse. So it's headed straight to the pit fires and the dumpster of the illogical, stupid realm. I mean, not the pit, not the realm of the dumb stupidness. Listen, let's continue. It is what it is. And I hate to say it, like, it's one thing to have your thoughts about it. It's another thing to have spirit confirm what you're thinking. And like I said, Nylah and I kind of talked about this a couple months ago. And child, is just, yeah. It's now, notice I said Nylah and I talked about this a couple months ago. I did this reading in January this year. Many of you all were there. So Nylah and I talking about this a couple months ago would mean probably like November of 2022. So Nylah and I were talking in November 2022 about how things are changing.
Okay, changing. All right, let's continue. Let's roll this footage.
It's on the highway to dumbness. The highway to dumbness.
Shout out to the highway to dumbness. Let's keep going.
So I find that really, really, really interesting. So all right, start getting your questions. That's the state of BWE right now. I kind of, well, if that's where it's headed, I kind of want to see what the future of it may bring, because this is the state of it now, but we're kind of having that forward momentum into the realm of stupidity. So I kind of want to see what the future of BWE may bring us. So I'm going to put these cards back in, reshuffle, and then I'm going to start with the questions in the chat. So, wow. Wow. Child. How y'all doing tonight? Okay. For coins, that was pretty much what we got from the first set of cards, wisdom. So if you have any questions that you'd like me to ask, you'd like me to answer, for Nylah and for anyone coming in, is that BWE is being manipulated by certain women for money. The true purpose of it, many women have turned away from the true purpose of it, and it's riding the train to Idiotville. That's pretty much the current state of BWE. So, Nylah, you and I had talked about this. Our suspicions are confirmed by spirit, so we're just gonna move right along, right? We're gonna move right along. Yep, here we go with that again. Makes sense. Okay, all right. So this card, and Lord, my nails, help, send help. Okay, Justice, Lovers in reverse, and then we have the Fool in reverse. All right, here again, we just saw this Four of Swords, right? Now the Four of Swords came up in reverse. So let's make sure we're paying attention to the numbers. We have another 4 here because we have this Emperor in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. 6 of Swords in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. The Mage, the Magician in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. All right, so give me a second. Let me see. What do I see? So funny because these are the cards that are standing out to me. This one too. All of these major arcana cards are kind of standing out to me. Okay, so the potential future of it, okay, so let me just say, from what I'm looking at right here, BWE, there's a small chance, probably about like this much chance, that BWE can return to its true purpose. Small chance, a little small chance. Y'all saw that chance wasn't that big. That chance was probably about that big. So small chance that it'll return. And we kind of see that, it ain't going back. It's not going back. So the small chance it would return to its former glory, it ain't going back. So let's see what else I say. It's a small chance, a slim chance. But there's so much energetically going on. I don't see that chance being given a chance. Okay. So a lot of BWE was to bring light to excuse me, where many women are, where many Black women are right now with regards to how they're being treated, relationships, things like that. And when I say relationships, not just romantic relationships, but your place in society, your place in the workplace. It was really about empowerment and coming together for empowerment. Part of that had a little bit of, it has some justice to it, right? Because we all know about, what is it, every 5.5 hours? Is it 5 hours now? Um, Black femicide, things like that. So there was a justice component to it. But what I'm seeing is that a lot of the justice component, it's not there anymore. And for whatever reason, and this may have to be another video, for whatever reason, BWE as a whole is not thinking logically about things. Like when BWE started, it was fierce in a way because it garnered attention, right? We were backing up things with statistics, with research, with primary sources. We were doing our due diligence when we were explaining things to people, and giving people a background as a reason why you should listen to us, right? We weren't just talking out of the side of our mouths. That's pretty much it's gone. That part is gone now. It's gone, right? And it's so funny that we have this lover's card sitting here, this lover's in reverse. And what I'm getting from this is that there is, I don't want to say a fight, but there may be a struggle to try and redefine what BWE is in the future. And unfortunately, some of it is going to go to looking at things from a romantic perspective, right? Well. Looking at things from a romantic perspective. So Too Long Didn't Read. BWE was about empowerment. It was about the way Black women are being treated in the world. It was bringing attention to femicide. It was bringing attention to, the things that we have to fight about in the workplace, the corporate world, in society. We were bringing the facts. We're bringing the figures. We're bringing the research papers, the primary source articles. It was about everything. It was empowering us, doing better. And just a tiny, tiny, tiny smidge of it was about relationships. Now we see that's all crazy. So the way that this has aged, right? Both my last reading with Nylah and this, the way that this has aged, baby. And seeing people out here just doing stuff for coins and the mammy still mammying and all this stuff. The way that this has aged, baby. Okay. The aging is aging. The aging is aging. And we see how it has turned from all these things to better Black women, to empower us, to just now they fighting over penis, white penis, and now coochie. Okay. So let's continue and see what else that I have to say. Heavy sigh. Because romance isn't the end all be all to anyone's life, male or female, right? But here it is, that type of damn foolery. Now, when it goes to this, unfortunately, it's gonna come to a full stop. It's gonna come to a full. When it goes to the relationship realm, it's going to be at a full stop. BWE will be at a full stop when it hits the focus on the relationship realm. And what say ye? What say ye? Okay.
like this video, share the video, subscribe to my channel, share the channel, send a cash app or something, because my woo is wooing. The woo is wooing. Okay. Lilith said this reading is aged so well, it's immortal. Listen. Yeah. And we're not going to stay on this long because this video here is 2 hours, but we're probably just going to get into a couple more minutes of it, and then we'll end this. But yeah, so let's get into it. Stop. And the energy behind it is, it's going to die out. The spark is going to die out. Starry Eye, can you put my cash app in there? Please. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Auntie Sugar. So make sure y'all get y'all readings and everything like that with me, your girl, because yeah, I'll be on it. Because it'll become just another conversation about who are you sleeping with instead of the dynamics and the justice portion of it that we were really starting out with. We started out with justice, doing what's right, empowering Black women, and now it's just down to who you sleep with. I know we say hashtag Taz was right, but hashtag Q was right too. Let's continue. This move into this whole romance, sexual, who you sleeping with, is really, really, really going to kill it. It's going to be going nowhere fast. What started out as something great, child, it won't go anywhere. It won't go anywhere. And again, I'm seeing, this is a magician, all the tools, all the data, all the research, all the statistics that we were using that was helping to give us a voice, especially because there are so many educated Black women. It's just gone. It's gone. And it's transforming. It's the power behind it won't be used for anything good. I think someone said it may turn into the male manosphere. Well, okay. What? What? Did I not just say it may turn into the male manosphere realm? These people out here doing all this type of foolery, and they have turned into the same people that they were fighting against. They have turned into the damn manosphere. Let me sip my water. Let me sip my water. Let me sip my water. If y'all don't tell y'all people, okay, like I said, but yeah, I'm getting tired. I've been sitting in the same spot since 1 o'clock. It's been 2 hours, so I'll probably just show a couple more minutes of this, and then I'm going to end this stream. Because I really do think that we need to think about, individually, we need to think about, are Black women out here dumb? Are Black women out here dumb? Because we say we want all these things. We have these empowerment movements. We're out here supporting people who don't support us. We're out here supporting people who fight us. We're out here taking up for X, Y's, and dresses who are telling you that they are you and competing with you. We're afraid to be alone. We're afraid to heal but we say we want better when our actions don't show it. So if, and that's a big if the world decides to look at us like we some damn clowns, I'm sorry, we did it to ourselves. We did it to ourselves. And again, like I talked about earlier and on Nylah stream last night, those of us who get it, those of us who have not been seduced by foolishness, those of us whose brains have the wrinkles and we have thinking and we have logical processes and we're fighting against stuff, we are the ones lifting the burden, trying to fix all this foolery. We're the ones left behind to clean up, and it's not fair and it's not right. So do what you can to make yourself better, uplift another woman, but don't be afraid to. And I'm not saying, and I really hate to say, sometimes you have to leave people behind, but Nylah said it the other day. She was just like, choose who you're around, choose who you associate with. Because some of these things, and yeah, some of us have to clean up stuff, but I choose what you entertain and what you actively do and deal with wisely, because it's a mess out here. It's a mess out here. Okay, but let's continue for a couple more minutes and then I'm going to end this stream. So
what do you get when you have a male tyrant, right? That's not standing in their purpose, but in the female form? Yeah. So hands on head, right? Yeah. I think that we can, and I'm gonna look at the chat in a minute, but I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Because like I said, those who have foresight, those who can see, kind of saw it transforming, months ago, i.e. Nylah and I. And like I said, I'm shocked, but I'm not, but I'm shocked. Sometimes you just don't want to be right, and this is an occasion of that. So jinkies, yikes. With that being said, let me start getting to the questions in the chat. And what's sad, because I remember when and I'm going to say her name myself. I remember when Blue Nola Tarot, shout out to Blue Nola Tarot. I remember when she was reading on I think it was like Black Men. I hope I'm remembering that correctly. Like the Black Male Collective. And I was just like, I just don't believe this. I don't believe what I'm seeing. And when I tell y'all, I did a reading myself on the Black Male Collective, and when I tell you the same cards that popped out in her reading, if I'm remembering that correctly, popped out in mine, I was just like, okay. So, like I said, I hate to. Sometimes you just really hate to be right, but it is what it is. So, let me start. Okay, so I think that this is a good place to end this current live stream, because I don't have another hour and 30 minutes in me to go through all of this. But yeah, these readings have aged like the finest of cheeses, okay? Has aged so well. And again, I hate to be right. I hate to be right, because this means, again, we have things to take care of. We have to do better. We have to fight the right fights. And a lot of this foolishness isn't the fight that we're supposed to be fighting, right? Yeah, I'm energetically speaking right now, like my brain is done, because I'm starting to feel a lot of the stuff that I was feeling when I was doing these readings, and it's causing me concern. And I don't want to be in the energetics of, oh my God, this is bullshit concern right now. I need to go find a happy place energetically, because right now I'm just like, this shit is wild. But yeah, you can go watch the rest of the video on my channel. It's the State of Black Women's Empowerment, Sad Revelations, is one of my past live streams. I'm going to end this here, because I think that we were right. I was right. Nylah was right. Taz was right. I mean, Black women's empowerment is dead. It's turned into relationship foolishness. These people have turned into the manosphere. They're out here marrying. They don't know how to be alone. Send help. Send help. Houston, this is a problem. Okay, so yeah, so
And it's funny, I think spirit is sad. It's starting to rain here. So with that being said, I'm going to end this. With that being said, I'm going to end this stream, because when it comes to this, we have and it shouldn't, the burden shouldn't be on the rest of us with logic and reasoning to have to deal with this. But just overall, Black women are here as a collective. They're out here looking dumb. I think we've answered the question. I don't know what to do about it. I don't have the answer for that, but I guess to be continued. So yeah, Kevin, it crashed and burned like crazy. But yeah, we were right. We were right. And again, I think I told you all in one of my the truth about spiritual work streams was that I don't always like to be right when I'm a reader, when I'm as a psychic, as a reader. I don't like to be right, because when you're right about something and it's negative, and it's just like you don't like to carry that around. But this is part of the job. And it just is what it is. So, but on that note, I'm going to end this stream. Shout out to Nylah for the conversation and going through our other reading with me and commentating on that. I need to go refresh myself in some positive energy. I need to go work out. Yeah, I'll see you all around these here YouTube streets. Yeah, so until next time, I love you all. Thank you all for the cash apps. Let me look and see who sent a cash app so I can shout you out really quickly, because I appreciate your support. Auntie Sugar, Sunray, and I know Kevin has sent me a cash app the last time. So thank you all for the cash apps. I appreciate you all. So yeah, continue supporting me, because spirit is spiriting over here, truthfully. So I love y'all. See y'all in these YouTube streets. Take it easy. Bye.